Okay, welcome to another episode of AnecDotes, and this one is a special Christmas edition. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays, right?
Yes.
That's very American.
Well, yeah, I mean...
In the Netherlands, nobody would take offense to someone saying Merry Christmas, but I know that in America, people do, sometimes.
Yeah, it's complicated. I mean, personally, I feel like the sentiment is pretty much the same no matter what you say.
Yes. Just because it is.
Yeah. But
Happy holidays.
the thing is, people really like to get offended, especially on behalf of other people that might not even know that they're offended.
Yes.
But now if you tell them, they can, I don't know.
All right.
I like to think about Jimmy. What would Jimmy think? Jimmy...
Is an alpaca.
He doesn't care. He's just looking to spread some cheer and love.
He's a stick alpaca.
My man, Jimmy. So,
in this special Christmas edition, we figured we'd talk a little bit about our Christmas experiences, our holiday experiences, and maybe we talk a little bit about that in relation to Dota 2 and how that might have changed over the years. But, you know, it's just it's a separate episode specifically for the holidays. So, yeah. And I will start. I will say that with my family, this year is going to be different, but generally with my family, what we used to do is we go to one of the brothers or sisters of my mom's side. And she has two sisters and one brother. Mm-hmm. And every year they host a Christmas party at one of their houses, so 4 different houses, so including ours. And then all of that family plus kids come together, and one family is responsible for the main course, one family is responsible for the dessert, one for the entrees, one for the just bites beforehand, and then it's just it's focused around food, and that's basically the evening. Everybody arrives at like 4. People start with the bites like 4:30, and then it goes to entree, to dinner, to dessert, and then everybody goes home.
yeah, I mean, what's cool about holidays and just in general, like throughout all of human history, it's always food.
Yeah.
Food is the center of our lives here, and it has been for people on this planet for eons.
For most.
I would say that all the holidays that stick have some, you're eating.
Yeah.
You don't get together at mom's house because she's got the best Scrabble board game. It's because you're going to have a meal there. And it's also a big reason where I think, at least in America, I don't know if the sentiment's the same in Europe because it's different, but your friends will hang out with you on the couch, sure. But the real family, the real close people, you're sitting in the kitchen together. You're at the table, maybe a snack, a coffee, a tea, and it's comfortable. That's where like you really feel the energy of a home in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But to your point,
what do you do when your family celebrates Christmas or holidays?
Well, it depends. So,
what was the tradition when you were growing up?
Well, it was all a bit... Well, it's interesting because my grandfather is I think, Russian Jew. So we would celebrate Hanukkah at his house.
Hanukkah is a little bit after Christmas or before?
Before. But my grandmother that he's married to was, I think, an Irish Catholic. But then they celebrated, I don't know, it was all very complicated. But my dad and my mom, we would also celebrate Christmas. Mm-hmm. Well, my parents are divorced, so nowadays, traditionally, we're at my mom's house. I personally, because my dad and my stepmom got married on New Year's Eve.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I'm usually with my mom for Christmas.
Why did they decide to do that?
You'd have to ask them. It's a cute story, though.
Okay, because it seems like an odd decision for a day, because it's a day that people are going to celebrate anyway.
Yes.
So normally people
Well, they were in New York City. It's a thing. It's a...
Really, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like Times Square in New York City.
Well, that's more like a New Year celebration thing.
Yeah, but it's complicated.
Okay.
There was a reason. I'm not going to share it. If my dad wants to come on the podcast, he can explain.
Yeah.
But I try to be with my mom's side because her sister is the mom of 5 cousins, of which Josh is one. So they're always close by. Mm-hmm. Usually we come in and out of people's houses as the day goes on. There's some friends that come by. But in general, Christmas is just a day to spend in your pajamas.
Really?
My mom makes fudge, and it's the only
Ooh.
time I really go crazy on the snacking, because she makes a homemade fudge, which is essentially just like fluff, butter, sugar, and chocolate.
Sounds pretty good.
But it's delicious.
So if you do that, because for me, for our Christmases that I spend with family, we always dressed up.
I wish we did. We did that when we were very little kids.
Okay.
We would have literally, it was more for Thanksgiving, but we would do it on Christmas as well. My cousins and I would put on a show for the parents. And we would have costumes, we would play games, we would perform. My favorite is still when my two cousins and I did the Englishman that went up the hill and came down with all the bananas, which is a scene from VeggieTales.
Don't know it. Must be very American.
We did a limerick, a 5-line poem off once a year, but it's whatever, kid stuff. Yeah. Going back to the whole food thing, all cultures throughout human history share an appreciation for food, song, and dance. And to me, that's the holidays are all about. You get your loved ones together, and you're festive, regardless of what you call your holiday.
Yes, this is true. One thing I also have to add there, because in the Netherlands you also celebrate something on the 5th of December, which is not Christmas, but it is still Santa Claus, but then a different history of Santa, if you will. And that also revolves a lot around food, but that's where the presents are handed out. Like as a kid, that's when I would get presents rather than at Christmas. So Christmas is not necessarily for us about the presents. It's really about the family bit of it, while the presents part is like earlier in December.
Yeah. We would do, the only special twist we had was on Christmas Eve. You always get one present.
Okay, because normally you get the presents on the morning after Christmas Eve, right?
Yes, Christmas Day.
Yes.
But we get the one, and usually it's something very comfy. Pajama pants, often.
And that's why everybody's wearing pajama pants on Christmas Day.
And then you're like, oh, my pajamas, and you put them on immediately, and you wake up, and you're never taking those bad boys off. It's really cool, because you'll see on certain holidays in America, like the walking around unwritten dress code, totally out the window. Everyone's got slippers on. You got your Rudolph pajamas. I could walk into a store with this and with like a hat on him, and just it would be no problem. Everyone would just take it in stride.
Was it cold for you? December cold for you where you live?
Yes. Well, where my mom lives, yes. My dad's in Florida.
Okay, because you're saying like wearing.
This is what my Christmas looks like, which is why I chose the
trees.
shirt. Bright trees, a breeze. Snow.
I chose this shirt because, well, Owen says it's a very Dutch shirt, and also because it's warm and comfy, and I couldn't find my Christmas sweater, so this is like next best thing. And it's very
comfy.
Warm. It is very comfy. It's comfy to the point where it's a little bit on the itchy side sometimes, but only like I can still move around properly. But it's nice. It's got long sleeves and long, like it's warm.
I think there is people don't appreciate. And if you were to get a gift for any of your loved ones, I promise you, high-quality socks and underwear go a long way.
They do.
They're dumb when you're kids and you're all upset about it because it's not a toy, but a sweater as well, anything cozy, they put that on, they're going to think it's like receiving a hug.
You know what?
Distance.
When adults buy socks for themselves, they'll go to an H&M or some other store where they can get 10 socks for $3, and the quality is going to be shit.
Yep.
And it's going to be just, socks because you got to buy them. So when you do get time or you get a present that is the special comfortable socks, you're actually able to notice the difference between the comfortable socks and the socks that you've been just buying because they're cheap. And I think most people are cheap about those type of socks anyway.
And outside of anything that provides immediate comfort or consumption, a la food and chocolate, which are also fine gifts, I highly back practical gifts of a slightly higher quality than someone would buy for themselves.
Yes.
Things like wallets, watches, sweaters.
Those are difficult gifts to do, though. Yeah, because, well, I guess your budget is normally a little bit higher because you don't do presents beforehand, because if you're buying a wallet, I think a wallet is something that is very personal. You got to carry that around all the time. I wouldn't want anybody else to buy me a wallet.
Okay.
And I might have already have a good wallet. Same thing goes for watch. It is a fashion icon. Unless you know this person is like wearing multiple watches all the time. I think wearing watches, if you don't normally wear a watch, you don't want one that someone else chose for you.
That's true.
Like those two examples are very fashion sensitive.
For me, it's less about, I guess that's a good point. I like one of my favorite gifts, my stepmom went to Guatemala. She brought me back like a hand-woven hammock. I haven't really used it as much as I should because it's a pain to tie to a tree and stuff. Yeah. But I like having it, and I think that is like a super... The idea that a gift it required some sort of access. Like, you couldn't have got it from Amazon or from a store. You had to go out in like the world and find it. I've gotten chopsticks from China and given them as a gift because they're like made from some... I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking. I don't buy gifts for people, okay?
You wanna tell me how your holiday season changed with Dota 2? With
it stopped existing. No, I'm just kidding.
Did it actually? Because no, I know some tournaments. I know, for example, for my personal experience, I had a Christmas where in between Christmas and New Year there was the town, the first Mafia LAN that there was.
Man, I'd love to have another.
Me too. And I know that there's people out there who would love to watch it as well. I'm not sure if there would be people willing to fund it, which is the other big problem, I guess, or organize it for that matter. But that was the first time where, for example, I flew back during New Year's. It's like 12 o'clock in a plane. Yay.
Yep.
It's very different now than it was before. It's like it is time off normally though, Christmas.
Well, what's interesting is like, so Thanksgiving is big, and that was like a big holiday for my family.
Yeah.
But I missed it like 5 years in a row because of esports. Zach missed it this year again because of esports, and it's like one we can never make.
Yeah.
But Christmas, and part of why I always think to me it's the Christmas holiday, because that's what you get off for. And it doesn't matter that I work in gaming and my cousin might work in a store and another brother's going to school and my dad or mom have these other real jobs. Everyone is off on Christmas, usually through that week.
What about the people that work in restaurants?
Yeah,
there has to be a special mention for those.
Yes, well, they make a lot more money
they do.
Over those weeks. Well, that week specifically.
And
so it's a gimme.
Yeah. Because there are people that work in Christmas and New Year's, and shout out to those people sacrificing their Christmas and New Year's for our benefit. For example, hospitals.
It's true. That's a very good point.
For me, this Christmas specifically is because I know every time Christmas, like I'm not gonna. Normally, there's no jobs around Christmas and New Year's, so I knew that was a mandatory break period. And as talent is normally very difficult to decline events because it's your livelihood, and you feel like every time you turn an event down, you're giving someone else a shot to replace you, or you're losing out on exposure, you're losing out on basically, your payment, your wage. And for me, I knew that I had to take a break somewhere because of surgery, and now I have the surgery 1 week before Christmas. So, which by the way was totally yesterday or something, because we're going to release this during Christmas. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I recovered remarkably fast.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. I specifically wanted to get the slot that I have right now, that is like right before Christmas, just so that I have that extra week because it's mandatory free.
What's funny is like I had a surgery, not quite as serious, and it was only like 45 minutes.
Okay.
But
still,
I chose to do it the week before Christmas.
Yeah.
Because it was the only way. It was like it was average like a week recovery time. But in case there was any sort of complication, it became 2 weeks. It was literally the only time I could have done it. I actually think it was December 18th, which
exact same day as me this time.
Yeah, I'm like 95% sure because that's familiar to me. And then I rested. I did family with the holidays, and I'm playing Dota on New Year's Day, and that's just kind of how it goes. And that goes like, that's why this time is special, I think, in esports, because it's in all games.
Yes.
It is the only time the entire year where esports is literally shut down.
Yeah.
From December 25th. I'm not even going to say the 24th, okay? Because in fact,
I know that there's an event.
I'm probably
that ends
going
on the 23rd.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Mumbai, I think, and flying home on the 24th this year. And that's like kind of ludicrous to me. But the 25th to the 31st, that's family time. Use it, love it, and or recover. Well, so good luck with the surgery.
Thank you. But it totally already happened.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. But no, I think that is actually, I think there were some tournament organizers that still tried to plan some things during that time. But the fact of the matter is, it should be free time.
I would argue that we need like a month in Dota that's just off
season.
Seriously.
Every other or a lot of the other games have off seasons like that.
Yeah.
And I know that for Dota 2, it is meant to be after TI. But if you're a player, you can't take that off. Because, well, this year especially, it was 2 weeks after TI ended. The qualifier started for the first major. That is crazy.
Yeah, there is no break, especially if you lost. You need a new team. You got to demonstrate. Look, we're good now. Yeah, you're trying to compete.
Ooh,
especially when you consider 12 teams make it off points. That first major, that could have locked up. You know, TNC, they finished 5th, 6th. That might be enough points to get them all the way to TI.
Yeah, crazy. I'm happy that everybody is going to get a break in around Christmas.
Right now.
Around the holidays.
Hope
right
you're
now.
Watching.
Yes, totally now. This is why this is Christmas episode. And we wish you a very happy holidays. We hope you spend it either with loved ones or with great food, or with and loved ones can be animals as well, or just make sure that you have a good time no matter what you choose to do. And any final words?
I don't know. That was really well put. I don't know what to say. I would just say that I don't know. I was going to be more ominous. I'll just do it.
I want to just, because there's also a large portion. There seems to be a large portion of people that are sometimes like, this is also the period, like if you are alone, you're mostly lonely during the holidays. Yep. There's a lot of people out there that are fine just being talked to. Just find people, find human interaction, and talk about things.
And also
communicate.
There's a Bill Burr line that's really nice, which is that the only thing worse than waking up alone is waking up next to the wrong person. That might actually be Robin Williams. I'm not sure. But bear in mind that it is far better. It sucks to be lonely, but it's better to be lonely by yourself than to be lonely and surrounded by a bunch of other people. Yes. Because it's a different kind of loneliness. Yeah. And understand that.
And being lonely is not the same as being alone.
You don't need to have a happy holidays. Everyone's going to tell you that. Most of them are just saying it to be friendly and don't really care about your problems. I really don't care about your problems either, random viewer number 733. But
assuming we'll get 734.
But
32 viewers.
I hope that, I hope that everyone watching this is happy. I wish all of humans could just take a big step back and say, you know what? We all get lonely. We all have tough times. Let's just normalize it. That's okay. It's okay to not be okay.
Exactly. And if you have serious issues, talk about them, because there are people that care. And with that being said,
us.
No, that's not true. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to another episode of AnecDotes. I hope to see you for the next one in the new year. See you next year.
And happy, but other than that, I hope you have kick-ass days, weeks, months, years, lives. And may you all receive what you truly deserve this holiday season. And bye.
And bye. Bye-bye.